Annyeonghaseyo, Namaste, and Konnichiwa. I hope you're doing well, because I am. And today, I'll be doing lots of tapping, mainly on this coaster, because I do like this coaster a lot. But I also have a case for glasses. So, I hope you sit back and enjoy. I also have two things I want to show you. They're in the background. One of them I've gotten recently, and the other is one of my art pieces that I've framed. I got this wooden frame, and it's thunderstorming right now, so hopefully it'll add to the ambience. I'm trying to avoid the glare, but I think you can see that pretty well. I haven't named it yet. The work. I'll leave that up to you. You tell me what I should name it. I wonder. So it is real wood, okay. It says wood, bark, edge, natural. So I wonder what kind of wood it is. If you have an educated guess, let me know. But yeah, this is one of the items I wanted to show. And then we got good old Squirtle. Now, fun fact. Squirtle's name in German is Shiggy. 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 Oh, he even has little, like, fingers. I didn't realize that. But I just thought, there was Charmander and Bisasam. What's his name in English? Ivysaur. get confused with the evolutions. It's been a while. And Pikachu, and I was like, I mean, I usually go for the water starter, so. And I just feel like Blastoise is kind of badass, so. Maybe I'll have to get him like glasses. I feel like that would look kind of cool. Like the ones with the sharp edges. But yeah, got Squirtle. And he's officially my second plush that I own. Because I don't really own a lot of plush animals. The other one I have is this one. I think his name is Howl. Yeah. Howl the... I don't know what he is. Doesn't really say. Maybe he's like a coyote. He doesn't look like a wolf. I mean, I guess he could be a wolf, but he's got pellets. And yeah, they've just been chilling in the background. In the background. Lately, I've just been trying to keep a clear mind. Away from different kinds of addictions. At least I'm trying. And thankfully, I don't have like horrible addictions like some kind of drugs. I mean, maybe a little cannabis, but I feel like it's not that bad. And I haven't really engaged in that in a couple of weeks. But I definitely do like coffee. But I can still, enjoy it in moderation as well. Usually, I like to pair it when I'm about to work out. But it's also useful to take a break from it for a week, and then after that break, whenever you drink coffee, it's like, wow. Your body gets like so much more energy. So I think if you're an avid coffee drinker, then you should also big one. I was contemplating whether I should be vulnerable about it or not. But I figured, in the end, it's not that big of a deal. And I feel like it may help somebody else. So, this past month, I've completely stayed away from BMO. So that also includes porn and masturbation. Mainly to grow spiritually. And I gotta say, it's definitely helped me. And I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again because it just I don't know. I didn't really like it in the first place, but it felt good to escape. And it definitely did provide an escape. But I gotta say, ever since I stopped doing that days have definitely been so much harder because now you just gotta sit there and you can't really do anything. There's no escape. I gotta face my emotions head on. And just sit them through, But I know why I'm doing it, and I feel like that really helps me to keep going. Now, I still am quite addicted to my phone and just technology or YouTube mainly. But I definitely changed a lot of content that I watch. I try to watch things that have a message behind them or are trying to convey a certain thing. I guess that's kind of similar, but still, I average 5 to 7 hours a day on YouTube. Which, there could be worse things, but I feel like it's still a lot. I mean, it's a fourth of my day almost. And a third of my waking time is spent watching videos. I mean, I don't really have a lot to do, so Anonymous on YouTube. And I like reading your comments. Probably one of my favorite things. But I've also given up sugar, so that's been quite a long time since I've given up that. I just realized, it fries my receptors and my teeth, and there's like nothing, no nutritional value in it. It's just for the taste, and I can give up the taste. Refined sugars, that is. I still eat fruit. I love fruit. And I feel like you can only really appreciate the sweetness of fruit once you drop refined sugar, because otherwise it's like just a dimmed down version. Like, sure, you can eat a banana, and I feel like if you're used to eating refined sugar and you eat fruit, it's like it doesn't really taste that sweet. It's like more mild. Because obviously it can't compete with anything that has refined sugars in it. Like, try eating anything that has refined sugar in it. Try eating an Oreo. No hate against Oreo, by the way. I love Oreos. Maybe it's a bad example, but try eating ice cream and then eat any fruit. You're not gonna taste any sweetness whatsoever. Yeah, my favorite fruits are kiwis, bananas, mangoes, apples. I like dates. Those are really sweet. I like grapefruit and pomegranate, but usually pomegranate is only really good in turkey. I like honeymelon, I like watermelon. I like pears. I like them all. Like, you give me any fruit and I'll happily eat it. Dragon fruit, pretty good. Grapes. I also quit eating meat, which I'm happy about. I don't know if I'll ever go vegan though. I mean, I gotta shout out all the vegans. I definitely admire you. And I've been trying to educate myself more on my gut health. Because ever since I've really started working out and getting more into my health, it's so funny because a lot of the health, mainly fitness scene, is resolving around outer appearances, but nobody's really talking about gut health and the gut microbiome and stuff like that. It's always overlooked, and it's probably even more important than any external things. Yeah, you can have a lot of muscle and be fit, but if is going to suffer ultimately, and you're going to have so many diseases, and your nervous system is going to suffer. So you really got to be careful who you're taking advice from, because there's more than just physical appearances and macros, for that matter. I mean, I've been trying to eat a lot of vegetables. And to be honest, I enjoy the taste of vegetables. And what's more important is that they make me feel good after I eat them. So yeah, I'm just trying to be more knowledgeable about digestion. Let's see what else. I've definitely tried, or not tried, but I'm in the process of quitting, like talking myself down or being harsh on myself all the time. That is, sometimes you do gotta be brutally honest, which I definitely, for some reason, I just forgot that it was brutally honest in my last video. I was like hurtfully honest, but I knew it wasn't right because it didn't sound right. But now I know it's brutally honest. I was like looking it up right after, and I was like, how did I forget being brutally honest? Yeah. I think it's very important to have positive self-talk, because if you're not gonna talk positively to yourself and about yourself, then why should other people? I think those are like the main things. And then, yeah, I've just been trying to be a better version of myself. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lifelong process, but those are just the things that I'm focusing on right now. And hopefully, in 5 years' time, I'll be able to look back, if I'm still alive, and be like, yeah, how cute. I mean, that's ultimately why I'm doing all these videos in the first place. Not really for my sake, but for your sake also. And just to have it archived, like, what was I thinking? What was I feeling in that moment? listen to words while you're sleeping, the likelihood of you dreaming them is higher. So let me give you some positive words. Bliss, warmth, a wonderful sunset at the horizon of an ocean. A beautiful field of flowers. A lush forest. A gorgeous mountain range. So, one part is quitting negative things, but after that, you kind of gotta find positive things to do that are beneficial to you. And will make you grow as a person. I mean, you don't really have to do it, but it's good to have things to do, you know? You don't want to just be decaying. So as you know, I like to do art. And I've been trying to lift up other people, give them compliments, which is still kind of difficult because I do struggle with kind of being nervous and shy. I mean, I can like pull myself together and do it, but if I don't have to, then I probably won't do it. Right now I'm at a stage where I'm like, you know, maybe I see something or I notice something and I'm like, wow, that is great or nice, or I really like this about someone. And then I'm like, should I tell them? But I usually end up just not telling them. And then I kind of regret it, you know, because why shouldn't I tell them, you know? It'll probably brighten up their mood. I mean, I know it would definitely do that for me, so. But it's also good to have things to be working on, you know? So that's something that I'm working on. And hopefully one day I'll just be able to just tell people. Like today, I was at the gym and I was doing pull-ups in the Romanian chair, or Roman chair, I don't know, I forgot. It's the thing that has like the dip bars and pull-up bar, and it's like a chair that you can like press against, and then you can do leg raises. And somebody else wanted to do some dips, and I was like, yeah, sure, because I wanted to rest. And I noticed him having a good form doing dips, and I was like, I should have just told him. That's like something that I notice, at least, because I try to keep a good form. Something that's been quite beneficial has been breathwork. So I already meditate, but the app I use, it's called Oak, O-A-K, and it also has a feature for breathwork that I've never used, even though I have like 100 hours by now recorded on the app of meditating. It's probably more than that, but that's how much it tells me. And it's like, you breathe in through the nose for like 3 to 4 seconds, and then you hold it for 5 seconds, and then you exhale for like 7 to 8 seconds. And you do that for like 4 to 5 repetitions, and it's been like doing wonders for me. It's really fascinating. Like the other day, I got kind of overwhelmed, and I like started crying, and just too many emotions going on at the same time. Also because of the fact that like I'm trying to quit a lot of bad habits. And that really put me in a better headspace. And it's kind of sad that something as simple as that isn't really brought to your attention, maybe. I mean, it wasn't brought to my attention, really. For the longest time, at least. But looking at it now and thinking about it, it kind of makes a lot of sense that the way you breathe would make you calmer. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like your life force, right? I mean, you couldn't really do anything if it wasn't for oxygen. That's kind of also why I'm so kind of sad and bummed about not living somewhere where the oxygen is like cleaner. But on the other hand, whenever I do go to places that have less air pollution, I'm so much more grateful to be there. My nose has been quite runny. I apologize. But yeah, definitely have to give GB a shout out. These coasters come in very handy. I think I've had them for maybe a year or close to a year now. And they're quite stable. Make great sounds. And they just look so cute. And I definitely do appreciate that she only put her brand symbol, logo, on one side. So if you want a clean toaster coaster, you can just use this side, which I usually do. So I very much appreciate that. I mean, she didn't have to do that. She could have just have them on both sides, you know, and I would have still bought them, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're asleep by now, and if you're not, then watch another one of my videos, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Let me know in the comments. Anything. I'll happily read them and answer them. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one, okay? Take care. Love you. I do. I really love you. Even if nobody else loves you.